deluxe truck playset. What the heck is going on here? Those of you that saw the recent video of the Ultra Mega Super Gaslands will recall that this is the kind of Gaslands you're told to play. This is the kind of Gaslands we play here in the House of Wargaming. And this is the kind of Gaslands we play outside the House of Wargaming. By now, you've already seen these guys in action. Obviously, I'm not filming this in chronological order. I always like to do the proof of concept first and then walk a step back and show you how we went about turning this into this. So today is just going to be a quick demonstration of how I did this, what I did. This is a truck playset, cost me $20 at the local big box store, and it's an enormous size compared to what you're used to. You may be able to play this inside in a gym, but I highly recommend outside. I'm not going to go through every single step of every process. I'm not going to film the entire thing. There's really nothing too dramatic or surprising about how I turned these into Gaslands ready battle cars. It's all the same techniques that you use on matchbox scale cars. A little bit of plastic card, or in my case, mat board, the kind of mat board that you use for mounting pictures. Bamboo skewers. Oh, hey, Biscotti, what are you doing? You gonna come help us? The biggest thing I wanted to show you, you gotta hop down there, bud. The biggest thing I wanted to show you is this bag right here. When my son got to be a little too big for the G.I. Joe guys, we threw them all in a box, but I made sure to grab, let's pan down so we can see all this fun stuff. These are all of the various firearms, and of course, we didn't go much in for the G.I. Joe when he was a boy. They didn't have a whole lot of G.I. Joe figures. So we used the cheap big box store knockoff brand. And if you look at these guys, compare them to the scale, they're clearly way out of, thank you for your help, Biscotti. They're clearly way out of scale, but for the large caliber weapons, they're going to work a treat. And then some of these, like this oddball looking guy, I think that's from an old, what are those robots called? Bionicle, that's it. A couple of these guys, and then a wire wound up. So we'll kind of film little bits and pieces. You can take a look and see how we transform these two things into something that is not suitable for your wargaming table. Unfortunately, the semi here is not articulated, so I don't know what we're going to do with that. We'll have to cut it at some point with something sharp blade. I'm going to set that aside for now. We do have an articulated pickup truck. We may be able to do something with the trailer there. I don't know. If you've got Gaslands refueled, you may have more use out of that. But again, this thing ain't going to do me much good. Now, I will hang on to the tow hitch just in case. But this guy's pretty much almost done. All he needs is a little paint job, maybe a couple of steel bars to bump up the armor protection there. So really, we've only got 3 cars we got to do a whole lot with, and of course, painting it. So after an hour and a half, this is where things stand. This is the pickup truck with a bunch of steel pipe laid on it. Of course, it's not painted yet, but we've got a ram plate, couple of machine guns, and that's about all you need. Took me about an hour. That's 15 minutes for each of these guys. I used, this is, appropriately enough, the mesh from an old trucker ball cap that I cut up and put down. So that'll be a steel mesh. Some kind of weird, what do we call that thing? The Bionicle? Yep, he makes a fine heavy machine gun turret. We got a couple of machine guns in the front and a smoke dropper in the back on this SUV. The performance car, completely unfooled around with. I'm just gonna run it like that. And then the big boy. If you're gonna run a game about vehicular combat, you gotta find the biggest gun you've got. This is from, as I said, the kind of cheap store brand G.I. Joe knockoff. This was originally a single artillery piece. It's been floating around in my bits box for 10 years. There's one thing farmers and wargamers can agree on. It's never throw anything away because you might find a use for it. So there's our 125 millimeter cannon. Yeah, it's oversized. I don't care. It's awesome. So as you can see, what I did on these is after using the bamboo skewers and the little plastic machine guns, I just spray painted them black. I hit them with a hammered silver, and in this case I just painted a little bit of graffiti on it. I tried to make the spikes look a little bit different. You can see a little bit of the green of the original colors. And then painted just a couple of like the headlights and the handles, just so that it kind of reads as a pickup truck a little bit better. Likewise with this is just a couple of washers, a little cannon there. And again, painting black on these handles really helps it read the red tail lights. And you can see how well that mesh turned out. It really looks like more of a heavy duty mesh. Machine guns in front. I don't know how sturdy those are. And then I also went ahead and dry brushed the bottom of it just so that when it becomes a wreck, it'll still look pretty good. And then with this guy, I just went with the military green. He's got the giant cannon. You know, I left the hammer and silver there. And look, the sticker that shows the lift, it's still visible there. But then a couple of other little things to show you. Now, this is not the actual small template size. It's a little bit narrower and a little bit longer, but I figured that's all right. It's about the same area. And then for the smoke, it's just a simple piece of cardboard that I hot glued some fluff to. This is the kind of stuffing you put in your pillow. And because I have just the 4 cars, I know I'm going to need 3 smoke screens and 1 thing of landmines. To give my guys a little bit more to avoid, the 16-inch ruler there is for scale. I did this simple trick. This is packaging from a box, some kind of device that came in the mail, or I picked it up at the local big box store. All I did was dry brush it white. I didn't even hit it with a sand color. You can see that's the original color. And then I gave it little bunker symbols, and I painted a door on there with a doorknob, again, just to kind of make it read as a door. And between those, it all fits in one little box. And then again, I'll show you. So here's a comparison of the unpainted. If I had it all to do over again, I don't know that I would have spray painted these guys. I don't know that it adds enough. I don't know if it cleans it up enough, but you know, they look pretty good. We'll take it. What else I got in the box? And then the turn templates are literally just regular cardboard. I blew this up on a printer, 300%. My printer only does 8.5 by 11. If I could do 11 by 17, I wouldn't have these awkward little patches there. But that's about it. So hopefully you enjoyed the battle report, and you see how you can play this game. It's a little more expensive than the $1 Matchbox cars, but the $5 guys kept me busy for about 4 hours, the whole project, start to finish. I now got 4 cars, and I'll show you the box. I'm a member of I have a subscription to the local farm. I get a box of produce. It all squeezes in just about like that. Here's a rule book, give you an idea of what it looks like for scale. Give it a shot, a little bit of plastic cars. Don't limit yourself to Matchbox cars. Anything 6mm all the way on up to, I don't know, these guys are probably bigger than 1/54th. They may be 1/60th in scale, but as a children's toy, they don't actually give you a ratio. So you do what you can with what you got. Till next time, I'm praying for you.